What's going on, guys? Welcome back. In this video we're going to go over GTA 5 Online's money making methods and sales of the week. So in this week's update we actually have a new podium vehicle, which is the Canis Frontier. A decent looking vehicle, nothing crazy. I'm not a huge fan of these types of vehicles, but again, for free we cannot complain. So go ahead and make sure you spin the wheel in the casino for a chance to win this vehicle. As well as we have some new content. We have the Vapid Dominator ASP, which is coming in around 1.7 million, almost 1.8 million dollars for this new vehicle, and it is a tuner vehicle, so you guys can definitely use this in street races, which is a nice addition to the collection. And as well, speaking of street races, we have the Canis ZR 350 for our prize ride of the week, and to win that I believe you have to win a couple pursuit races. You guys can access these races through the races panel in the jobs menu. So first things first, let's get into this week's sales, and that will have us looking at the legendary motorsports sales. And the first sale I noticed was for 30% off the Tygon, and that is $1.6 million with 30% off. And then you have 40% off the Grotti Italia GTO, which is a really very nice vehicle, one of my favorite vehicles for sure, and that's at 1.1 million. So that's actually the only two legendary motorsports vehicles on sale this week if you don't have Prime Gaming. And then we'll move on over to the Southern San Andreas superautos.com, where we have the Vapid Elite on sale, and this is where you'll find the new vehicle as well, the Vapid Dominator ASP. So not only is that vehicle in Super San Andreas superautos.com, but we also have that Vapid Elite on sale for $340,000. And then if we move on over to Warstock Cash and Carry, we have the Mammoth Squatty on sale for around $800,000, which is a very good discount of 30% off. And then another 30% off the RO86. This airplane is actually really big and really cool, so if you guys don't have this, you guys can get this for $3 million, but if you get it for trade price, you'll save around $800,000, so you guys might want to get the trade price on it before going ahead and buying it at full price. And last but not least, for our sales of the week, if you guys head on over to Dynasty 8 Executive, you guys will actually find that the CEO offices are all 50% off, so you guys can get a CEO office for 50% off this week. Just make sure you guys go ahead and do that if you don't have a CEO office. The cheapest CEO office is usually Maze Bank West at $1 million, but this week it's actually $500,000 because it's at 50% off, just like all the other ones. And if you have Maze Bank West and have a lot of extra money sitting around because you've been grinding these contract missions and grinding KO Rico and all of that, you guys might want to go ahead and pick up the big Maze Bank Tower CEO office for 50% off while you can, because 50% off is quite a significant discount, and you guys can go ahead and upgrade your CEO office. It's not a necessity, but something you might want to consider doing this week if you plan on doing it. So if you guys do have Prime Gaming, you guys can actually sign up for a free 30-day trial in the link in the description box below. I'll leave a link down there for you. And if you have this Prime Gaming feature, you guys will actually get 80% off the Blackfin and then 50% off the BR8, bringing it down to $1.7 million, which is a very significant discount. And then we have the Strawberry Auto Shop. If you're already a member, you guys will have the Strawberry Auto Shop for 100% off, so you guys can get the auto shop for 100% free, which would have been nice if you had signed up a few weeks ago. So make sure that you guys sign up for Prime Gaming. If you guys are already Amazon Prime members, you guys can actually just link your accounts for 100% free and get these benefits. So that concludes the sales of the week, and that will bring us to our money making methods, which are not too bad this week. So for this week's money making methods, you'll notice that we have 2 times money and RP on street races. Now the street races are really fun because they're new and you can ride your tuners in it. One thing I do want to mention with the street races is that you want to make sure you're playing in a game where custom vehicles are not enabled if you don't have a nice custom vehicle to ride with, or else you will lose significantly more frequently, and you guys don't want that to happen. So if you guys don't have a custom tuner, don't do these unless custom vehicles are turned off. But you guys can actually make quite a bit of money running these. Nothing crazy. It's kind of similar to your old similar races, and you guys know I'm not a fan of races because your performance is super important when it comes to your income. So you'll make anywhere from like 2,000 to like 15,000 on average doing these races, and they take quite a bit of time. So overall, not a great money making method, but when you look at the RP payout, you're actually going to be pretty impressed with that, and you'll be able to make quite a bit of RP and as well progress your car meet reputation. And then we get into some of the better money making methods. We have 2 times money on survivals, and the survivals are again a really good way to make money. I do recommend the processed survival. You just go into the second hangar or the far left hangar, and there'll be a little brown container that you can kind of hide behind. You'll be able to survive a long time. If you get through all 10 rounds doing this at 2 times money, you'll make around $60,000. So definitely recommend you guys go ahead and complete some survivals. If you haven't done a survival before or haven't done survivals in a while, definitely recommend you guys go back and do them. There's some new ones from a few updates ago. If you haven't completed them, they're actually really fun to play and definitely add a new aspect to the game. So definitely go ahead and pick up some jobs in the survival category, as they are 2 times money, paying out fairly decently if you get to that 10th round. And last but not least, for money making methods, we have 3 times money and RP on business battles. These are random kind of free mode events. They happen, I think, every 15 minutes if you have no one doing any jobs, and these actually help your nightclub stock progress really fast. So be sure to go ahead and get some business battles at 3 times. It's actually not bad, and it can be worth your time, and honestly they're really fun to compete with, especially if you have some friends in the lobby. They can help you out and you guys can compete with the other players in the lobby. So that actually concludes our money making methods and sales of the week. I won't lie, I did find this update to be a little bit smaller than usual, so I think that's just because of the new update. And then last but not least, we have this week's time trial. So this week's time trial is Cypress Flats. You have 2 minutes and 7 seconds to complete it, and it's actually in the bottom right hand corner in the Cypress Flats / La Mesa area. You guys can go down there and complete this time trial. This time trial is pretty straightforward. So first things first is you're going to want to start up the time trial and then put your waypoint on the time trial. This will give you a better idea of where you're trying to go for the time trial. And then once you've done that, you just want to restart it by holding Y or triangle while on your motorcycle or car, whatever you choose to use, and then you'll be able to actually reset the time trial and keep your waypoint, which is very useful, especially if you haven't done this time trial before. And then you're just going to start out the thing, start wheeling as much as possible, take a right, and focus on the path that I'm taking here. As long as you follow the path that I'm taking here, you guys will be pretty successful. Just make sure when you're doing this time trial that you're wheeling as much as possible, and when you can't wheelie because you need more control, pressing forward on that thumbstick so your character leans forward and gets more acceleration and speed. So again, as long as you follow the path I'm taking, you guys should be set. Again, you can use this motorcycle. It's the Batty 801. I have all the upgrades on it for doing this time trial, as well as you can purchase it from Super San Andreas, superautos.com or whatever for $15,000, and that's actually really cheap for the base model. And then you just have to add some upgrades like the turbo, the engine, and all that upgrades. All those upgrades really help this bike, especially the brakes. You're gonna want good brakes on this bike, etc. So just make sure that if you're going to try to use this bike for these time trials, that you invest a little bit of money into it so you guys can have a better chance of succeeding. And you'll notice I stay over to the right hand side of the road because this way I'm in the shoulder and I'm not going to have to worry about hitting any cars because there's no cars in the shoulder of the road, so it's very safe. And then I just try to make sure I'm going with the traffic and not against the traffic. For some reason, people have a bad habit of going against the traffic, which makes it much more difficult. So just go with the traffic and try to stay in lanes without cars, and stay to the right when there's a lot of cars so you guys can actually get top speed without having to make so many micro adjustments. Super important. Now you'll see here, you'll see like a little pole coming up on the left hand side, the little sign there. That's like a little warning for you to let you know that the billboard, hey, it's time to turn to the right. And then you turn to the right where I'm turning and follow the path I'm taking up over the train tracks, up the mountain. You'll see there's a wind turbine right there. All you have to do is go right past that, past this little power station, and you'll hit the point and I beat this time trial with about 5 seconds left, which is quite significant when you're looking at time trials, and I ended up getting rewarded my $100,000 reward. So you guys can actually go ahead and complete this time trial for $100,000, and you can only complete it once. You can't repeat it once you beat the part-time. You do have to get the part-time or beat the part-time to get the big payout, and you can only get the big payout once a week. So try to beat this time trial to get the $100,000 if you guys enjoy that type of thing. Hopefully this video helps you guys make money this week and save some money. I know there wasn't that many sales, but this money making methods this week aren't that bad. I really do like survival. I highly recommend you guys play a few of those. And if you liked the video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.